Hello, my name is Jennifer from Adult Services at the Wooster branch of the Wayne County Public Library. Since the weather's getting colder, I thought it would be nice to make up a couple of hot drink mixes to have on hand for those cold, blustery mornings or nights. So I'm going to show you how to make a hot cocoa mix that's really smooth and creamy, as well as a basic hot coffee mix with a little bit of cream and sugar mixed in. Something that you could spice up or just have fairly plain. So for the hot cocoa mix, we want to start with 2/3 of a cup of non-dairy creamer. And this is just plain. You could do French vanilla, which would be a nice addition to the hot cocoa, if you like. Or if you've got some flavored non-dairy creamers, those might be nice as well. All right, so there's 2/3 of a cup, and I'll just set that aside. And then 2/3 of a cup of confectioner's sugar. We'll combine that with 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder. And for that, I'm just going to spoon it into the measuring cup. You'll notice I'm not getting these absolutely exact, but fairly close. And that's okay. Lastly, we're going to add just 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch because this will help to keep it smooth and creamy as you mix it up. So all I'm going to do is whisk that together. You want to try and get the lumps out, but if you don't, that's okay. They'll work themselves out when you make up the cup of cocoa. So then I'm just going to take a clean jar, my canning funnel, and a spatula, and I'll just slowly pour some in and fill up the jar. Now this recipe makes about a pint worth of the mix. So I will need to fill a second jar here. I came prepared. All right, now I've got 2 little jars of hot cocoa mix. To mix this up, you're just going to put maybe 2 or 3 spoonfuls into a cup and add hot water. I would add just a little bit at first, stir it so it gets nice and creamy, and then add more water up to the top of your cup and keep stirring as you go, and you should have a really nice cup of hot cocoa for winter. Now the next one is going to be a coffee mix, and this is just going to be a very basic mix. Very simple. Everything is 1/2 cup. So we've got 1/2 cup of instant coffee. And yes, I'm just going to use the same bowl because I don't mind a little cocoa flavor in my coffee. If you've got someone who doesn't like cocoa, then obviously you don't want to make the cocoa in the bowl before you make the coffee. Next, we want 1/2 cup of non-fat dry milk. That's using the 1/4 cup measure. That's why I did 2 scoops. And then 1/2 cup of the coffee creamer. Again, you could use a flavored creamer if you like. And if you don't like as much cream or milk in your coffee, you can always change this up. That's totally up to you. And finally, 1/2 cup of sugar, or if you want to do slightly less, slightly more, that's up to you. The nice thing about these mixes is you've got a basic recipe, but you can always just change it up a little bit to suit your taste. All right, that's close enough. And again, you just want to mix it up so that everything is evenly distributed. You break up the lumps. Now, what would be really nice in this right now is a little bit of pumpkin pie spice, because it is pumpkin spice season. And I'd rather make my own pumpkin spice coffee at home. Thank you very much. All right, so we've got that mixed up. And once again, pop a funnel into your jar. And we'll start working it in. And there we go. So in that short a time, I've made 2 jars of a coffee mix and 2 jars of hot cocoa mix. I'm pretty much set for fall. So I hope you get a chance to try this at home, play with it a little bit, add some spices, different flavors, whatever you like. And then sometime when you need a break, just put the water on, have a cup of something hot and delicious. I'll see you next time.